For Elohim has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of good discipline. Now, the King James is more familiar using the phrase sound mind, but the underlying Greek for that is actually more closer to moderation, self-control. In Thayer's Greek dictionary, it's mentioned that Huther, in his later editions, used the word transitively, equivalent to correction and discipline. So those renderings are closer to what we have coming from the Aramaic. The other thing is that the English sound mind comes across to us as a little bit hyper-spiritual, a bit supernatural, as if it's referring only to the supernatural healing of the mind, and we believe in that too. We want and we expect and we pray for supernatural healing of the mind, healing the wounds of the heart, healing the problems and things that have happened. But beyond that, there is also some of our own responsibility, and that is to seek out and look for and digest and meditate upon instruction, the instruction of the Word, good discipline, the disciplined mind, training the mind to focus upon the things of heaven rather than the things of earth. See, the Greek there, sophronismos, that goes back to the ism ending, which has been transferred from Greek into English. When we have an ism on the end of a word, it makes it into action, such as plagiarism. That's the act of taking, plagiarizing, and that's turning it into plagiarism, the action and the practice of plagiarizing. It is, an ism is to make it into a distinctive doctrine, cause, or theory. Jocelyn Elders said, "We all have got to come to grips with our isms." And Bob Marley sang about isms and schisms. Not that I agree with or believe in everything that he sang or wrote, but some of the things make sense. Isms and schisms. An ism, according to the dictionary, is a suffix appearing in loan words from Greek, where it was used to form action nouns from verbs, such as baptism. So this reminds me of Hebrews 4, the sabbatismos. Here in 2 Timothy 1, we have sophronismos. Sophronismos is the admonishing and calling to self-control, moderation. So therefore, sabbatismos from Hebrews 4 would be the admonishing and calling to guard and keep the Shabbat. How can you have, for example, Darwinism without... Darwinism is ascribing to the doctrines and the beliefs promoted by Darwin. Stoicism, well, that's admonishing and calling forward to the doctrine and teaching of the Stoics. So sabbatismos, Sabbathism, is a calling and admonition to the doctrine and teaching of the Sabbath. Not just a generalized rest, because Sabbath, Shabbat, is not a generalized rest. It is a specific kind of rest, and on a specific day, the seventh day. That is what Sabbath is. That is what Shabbat is. So Shabbatismos, Sabbathism is a calling to the doctrine and teaching of the Shabbat. And in 2 Timothy 1, sophronismos is a calling and admonition to soundness of mind, to moderation and self-control. So back to this Aramaic and Greek reading of chapter 1, verse 7, "For Elohim hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of instruction, of good discipline, of moderation and soundness of mind." So what is that fear? Elohim has not given us a spirit of fear. That fear is fear of man, fear of the everyday troubles and trials of everyday life. Fear of man, fear of men and organizations of men that are more powerful than us, more powerful than me. In fact, this fear is fear of anything other than the fear of Elohim. Obviously, it's true what the verse says. Elohim has not given us fear of things other than fear of Elohim. What Elohim has given us is something good, which is the fear of Elohim. And when we walk in that and we practice that, we fear Elohim, we respect Yahovah, we honor Yahweh, Yahovah, Elohim. We respect Him. We seek after to know what makes Him happy, what pleases Him, what is obedient to Him. That's who we show our respect to, our ultimate honor and love for, and reverence is for Him. He has not given us a spirit of fear of man or fear of everyday things that make people fearful, but He has given us a spirit of power. He has given us a spirit of love, and He's given us a spirit of instruction, a spirit of good discipline, a spirit of moderation of mind, soundness of mind. That's what He's given us, and that's what I want to encourage us in today. And I want to point out a new video from Dr. Rashid Buttar, and that's at askdrbuttar. He posted a video. The USA's Surgeon General has left behind the policy of Dr. Fauci, the Center for Disease Control, the CDC. He has left behind that and those models that have been generated by computers, which are based on estimations, and instead going for making decisions based on real, actual data of real life. This is a good move. Tehillim 61, Pasuk 3, Psalm 61, verse 3 reads, Ki hayita machaseh li migdal oz mifnei oyev. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. That is Bomb Shelter Bibles. He is our shelter. May Elohim bless you in the mighty name of Yeshua, the name above all names. Thank you for tuning in to Bomb Shelter Bibles, and we'll see you in the next video.
Strong and mighty, strong and mighty.